Jimmy Kimmel fired after being exposed for a blackface skit. Many say history cannot be erased, nor does the internet forget. Unfortunately, now more than ever, Jimmy Kimmel has become a victim of this phrase. After blackface was considered highly offensive in America, Jimmy Kimmel still dared to play blackface in a country fighting racism at a high level. But how does the story go? Society had many reactions concerning his blackface skits, some calling it shameless and absolute racism. However, Jimmy had his sketch written several times, which he rehearsed and presented himself with makeup equal to the black people he wanted to imitate. As he puts it, someone can call it a mistake or thoughtless moment, but the question arises because he viewed and reviewed his content before releasing them. Furthermore, Jimmy was fully aware that he was playing a black man in practice what the law had abolished since the mid-20s. The history of blackface is highly related to the thought of one race not accepting the other as it is to imitate them through their actions and theatrical makeups. As a form of entertainment, the whole aspect is not being funny at all. Perhaps Jimmy and others caught in this mess should have understood that they are presenters in the media space, therefore called out as a perfect example, especially while on duty call. I believe that this got him fired together with his ego decorated as a reluctant ideology of taking good time to develop a straightforward apology. He could have come out willingly to apologize instead of waiting to be called out. Jimmy Kimmel should have thought better than wait for criticism from the community on his thoughtless moments. His intentions should not misinterpret at any point in this scandal. Racist mockery is, in other simplified words, and such can't be pardoned after the black community sacrificed their entire lives to the death. The thoughtless moments were terrible choices for Jimmy Kimmel to make at any given time in his career life. This gives him no room to make a lame apology of any sort. An apology on blackface should be as blunt as his actions on the blackface skits. Looking at his statement of him being reluctant to apologize for his actions, he might never have seen the apology as important as it should be until his career was under threat. One spoilt bean can spoil the whole meal. It's not enough to say he is a good presenter after the social media achieved posts resurfaced to hunt him. The saying goes, repeated actions create habits. Looking at Jimmy's history, he not only posted the blackface impression one time, but repeatedly. Jimmy made such a posting while working in Los Angeles as a KROQ presenter and a co-host in the comedy The Man Show that ended in 2004. Jimmy seems to have enjoyed this episode of impressions while playing the blackface in most of his achievements. He made the comedy pranks in between the shows. He admits to repeating this episode to the extent of hiring makeup artists to bring the impersonation actions on TV. On a lighter note, Jimmy refers to his action based on the idea of impersonation, saying that the moments are indeed embarrassing and frustrating he somehow regrets. He says, looking back, many of these sketches are embarrassing, and it is frustrating that these thoughtless moments have become a weapon used by some to diminish my criticisms. The past social media post that has resurfaced as an impression on black celebrities, like Karl Malone, Snippy Doggy, has cost him a dim. He is assumed to have been fired for his blackface contents. At a personal level, Jimmy claims to be heading for a holiday and assures his followers that he will be back. Nevertheless, after his blackface scandal waves through the internet and news channels, this comes up. It's pretty hard to believe that he needed a break, more so a super long holiday after his name gained the blackface tag Calprite. However, it is clear that after all those years of playing blackface and getting all necessary criticism in the present years, his attitude towards celebrities has changed. Jimmy notes further in his social media platforms that he is a mature man today and approaches the black community in a different, positive way. His apology speaks of advocating for Americans to come to days where they will be free from racism. As he says, he has evolved over the last 20-plus years, so has America evolved. Thus, his apology should be considered just like any other apology from any other person holding a public figure position. Jimmy seems not to be the only one apologizing for the blackface impression made with less disregard for the black community, whether in the past or present. Jimmy Fallon also became a victim of this historical wrong that followed him through his social media posts. The main issue is their courage to make an impression of the black icons, despite the fight over racism in America. Many have condoned such acts, while others have equally pardoned these thoughtless moments. As Jimmy apologized through the social media platform, his attitude of enjoying the show seemed all gone. Perhaps the financial pinch gained through his career after being fired, so to speak, has fully reformed his attitude toward the blackface ideology. This only can time tell. Nevertheless, his fellow comedians and reporters have a lesson to learn from him, especially after Trump Donald criticizing response to Jimmy Kimmel's apology notification. Following the blackface skit's uploaded posts on Jimmy, his holiday began suddenly with him fleeing out of Los Angeles. His plan for a long summer holiday in the next 2 summers combined had to come in handy to save him the social trauma of him posting and defending his actions daily. His definition of blackface is an imitation of a fellow human. The color tones were nothing but an aspect of specifying his appearance to bring the whole picture home for his followers as part of his explanation. Jimmy explains in his apology text that he is not any close to having racist agendas, never has he been. This might be true for now, but considering the content of his skits, the plan seems a little bit different. Perhaps his mistake in the apology was to cover up with his action with the immaturity and lack of thoughtfulness moments defense phrase. Many say being apologetic for your wrong is a strength that took Jimmy Kimmel a while to exercise through his social media platform. Even after he made his considerations, Jimmy Kimmel sugar-quoted his racist action to being thoughtless moments gained diverse societal reactions. Some people commented on this trending news that an apology is out to be an apology despite the manner it is expressed through, while some say Jimmy Kimmel should have accepted his fault in black and white. Sadly, his thoughtless moments cost him a chunk of career life. Perhaps it might be a good time for all willing blackface attempters to learn from him. I think it is for his excuse to be called lame. However, the main point is that he apologized to the celebrities and the offended people openly. He took the time to make such a step shouldn't be questioned. As the trend of resurfacing social media posts goes on, people ought to be careful in the issues they discuss on their handles, more so celebrities and public figures. If Jimmy indeed is coming back to work, it will still be a relief losing a career because a past mistake is not fair to him after making a sincere apology. His action should not be used against him to oppress him. It is unlike him to let people step on his toes intentionally. He has equally learned that playing blackface impression is not close to creating comic impersonation episodes. This has placed a standard that future presenters must follow if they desire to walk the talk of racism abolishment in America. Jimmy Kimmel was announced as the host and executive producer, letting bygones become bygones. He should be applauded for achievement instead of the critics following the discovered episodes of blackface. Breaking off the program Jimmy Kimmel Live for a good holiday might do him good at the end of the day. As he puts it well in his apology, I won't be bullied into silence. His comeback might bring him good odds since society will be ready to see his mature self in action. The holiday is a good take for him to rebrand and create positive vibes and impact on the black community and America. He can choose to change his bad moments in his career to fulfilling and productive opportunities. Everyone makes mistakes, and nobody deserves to be crucified for their downfalls, especially when they are apologetic. Remember to subscribe, like, and share if this content works for you.